Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Friday night, very late stream, 11 o'clock. Footy's just finished. Thought we'd jump on and do a bit of the Australian Football Coach Simulator and chat about footy. Give us the hot topic at the moment and hope everyone's doing well and having a good night. Crocodile, welcome, mate. Well, it's going to be so good next week. So many Castle Floaters in the office. Yeah, you're going to have a field day. Definitely keen to hear from you what the vibe's like down in Geelong Town over the next week. They bottled that one. But the Pies, though, just their ability to keep coming back from those deficits is unbelievably good, isn't it? So they did it all last year, and it looks like they're gonna do it again this year. So no, they did well. Filthy. Oh yeah, the whole celebration game. Jesus. Yeah, they'll be very flat about that. Very flat. The worst thing to come from the game, obviously, is Howe's. That's never a good sign to see that. So hopefully he makes a full recovery. But that looked pretty nasty. So I was glad that Brian Myers didn't kick a winning goal or anything like that. But no, the Pie is the real deal. There's a lot of interesting debate going on Twitter currently with I saw Tiggs was getting into a heated battle with Dane Swan, believe it or not. I suppose a lot of people there's one half of people saying that tonight's game, the two teams, is a stark contrast and difference to last night's game, and that tonight's two teams are so far better than Richmond and Carlton. It's not funny. But then the flip side of that argument that a few Richmond people have put up is that, well, tonight's game wasn't really defensively minded. It was just a genuine shootout with not much defensive pressure, whereas our game was very, very defensive from both teams in terms of the pressure acts, with a bucket load more tackles. So it's interesting. I think there's some good points being made. Hey, how are you, Kane? How are you, mate? Yeah, it's I tend to agree. Why has that disappeared? Oh, there we go. I tend to agree that there wasn't as many pressure elements there tonight as there was last night. So it's, yeah, I don't know, Kane. I think the Pies will be very good and very hard to beat. They've got a good system. McRae, as much as it kills us, McRae and Leper have got them playing. They look very much like us with their reading the ball, their slingshot off half back. It's very good. Oh, hi, new staff. No, I've not done that. I'm only up to practice games. Hi, new staff. Oh, available staff. Oh, okay. Personnel. Any suggestions on the staff to hire? Do I have a budget for this? I just got slapped by Port Adelaide in a practice game. To be 10 in the train. Oh, okay. So Monkhurst, right. Oh, it says I can't hire another one. Why won't it let me do that? I've got to fire someone first. Who's my forward coach? Oh, they got an 8 though. That's pretty good though, isn't it still? Casbolt, my god. Yeah, go for it, Kane. Feel free to comment away. Or stop it, coach. Fire all of them. Really? Alright, I'll take your word for it. Fire. Fire. I should have paid attention to what I needed. Higher tens. Fire. I hate the pie. How are you, Min? Welcome, mate. Hey, it could be worse. We could all be in Sarge's position and have to buy a Pies membership now because they won by 20 points. Very funny. An online career mode for this? How does that work? Oh, right, training. Okay, so a defensive coach. Oh, can we? Yeah, I don't know. If how would it work? Yeah, to be honest, I haven't looked at enough of the options and things to do on this. I just kind of was just fumbling around with it today. Is it meant to come out? Is that something that is meant to be happening, Grok, from what you've seen on like the Discord and stuff like that? Pink Panther Fantasy Draft? Oh, because you can start this from scratch with all the players drafted, can't you? Yeah, we'll have to look in to see at what modes they've got. Midfield. No, I picked up Choco. I don't know if I think I might need a list manager. Personnel, current staff. Midfield, defence, stoppage, forward, senior. List manager, Buckley, because there's no thing. I reckon we should throw Baker forward last night, and I think Mansell will make way. God, who for though? I'm not sure who for, but maybe for Sonzi. Apparently, Sonzi played really well in the VFL, so he could potentially come out. But Baker's just a bit of a Mr. Fix-It. A club. Keep bucks. So how will this managing a club thing work? I mean, do you have much sort of insight on how we would set it all up? And what's the other one I need? An assistant coach. Assistant coach. 673. Probably the best one. Yeah, we'll have to bluff our way through it, I reckon. I've got no idea how to set it all up. Oh, okay, gotta start a new career. Alright, so I think we've got... Now we need to do... This is a last practice game. Anyone want to make some changes for team selection? Feel free to chuck a few names around. Doesn't really matter. It's just a pracky match. You went as the Roos? No, I couldn't bring myself to pick a different player, so I went the Tigers. I was just mixing things up a bit, giving some different players a go. I'll tell you who did do well for me. Oh, he's in there. Samson Ryan kicked 4 goals in the last game. I'll give it a practice game. We'll just run with it. If we do fantasy draft, we could all decide the players to draft. Edit play positions for this one or for a different one if we started from scratch. I found it interesting that you could pick like a under 19 one to you could, you know, coach a younger team and work your way up, which I thought was pretty cool. Why is it simulating all this shit? Do I need to change some type of setting? I'm not sure why it's simulating WA, Tas, South Australia. Like, I'm not caring about them. Alright, here we go. Tigers versus Sydney. Just a practice game. Let's just get through unscathed. Oh, so does it always do that simulation for the all the other teams? So that's just how it is. Oh god. Reed's already kicked one, conceded early, not good. Oh, okay, you can. Nice. I do find it funny that like there's been a few times where like my guys have switched the ball out wide and there's like 2 or 3 plays in a shitload of space. And instead of the normal play of running it forward, they've just gone sideways and back across the ground. Which is... just the ball movement pattern was very, very funny because it's very unnatural compared to what you would usually see. And is everyone else's plays slow to move to these kind of positions as well to set up? Like when there's a throw-in or a point and things like that? Ooh, just a clusterfuck out this side of the ground. Oh, they've got us pegged in their forward half here, not liking it. We just need someone to sneak out the back here. I need a Morris Rioli special. Oh god, they're 2 goals up. I've had George run to 20 metres out directly in front and kick a 50 metre backwards that ended up going to an oppo goal. Oh no, Jesus. Read again. 3 goals to 0. Yeah, it would. I don't know if there's a way to build in more. We're getting slaughtered here. If there's a way to build in more specific, I suppose, commands for ball movement, I'm not too sure. And like I said in the Discord, I can't go any faster than 8 times because it just freezes. Cumberland out to Cochin to Rioli. Oh, who was that? Who's 48? That Banks? Green kicks it goal. Jesus. Then we're going to throw in. Oh, Graham. Out wide, Koch. Oh. There isn't. I asked the dev. Oh, okay. Alright, so there's no real way to expand on the ball movement. I'll pin it around. Rioli. Oh, he's put it out of bounds. Got your side sorted. Very good, Min. Is it still for the Roos? That's still who you've gone? It's hard to not want to commentate it. I know that sounds really stupid because it's just a simulation game. But when it's slow enough that you can see the numbers and piece it together... Sergeant Magpie. Gee whiz. Oh, how did we not score there? Oh no, we did. Rioli, goal. Morris. Which membership did you buy, Sarge? You were looking pretty good for about 2.5 quarters. And yeah, your housemate would be loving life at the moment. It's very funny. Just the cheapest one, the pet membership. Or the old 3 gamer. Defenders, come on, stand up. Oh, God. got the Saints in the pracky. So we still as North Min. You can add new human coaches to the save. So you can have multiple save files, can you, Grok, with different human coaches. We could make like a Pink Pandas coach and edit the names and have everyone in there. 10% off the store and a bumper sticker. What are you going to do with it all? Don't you dare put that on your car. Oh, Wicks has kicked a goal. Yeah, that was a shit break, Sarge, that arm break. I actually missed it live. I was putting the kids to bed, but then I came out and Lauren's like, oh, fuck, someone just got taken off on the stretcher with the green whistle and everything. Then I saw a couple of photos and then, Wicks again, getting smashed here, 32-6. Then saw some still shots and yeah, that was nasty. Like, you don't wish injury upon anyone, but the... he got a fair bit of elevation on that jump, didn't he? Like, it's kind of little wonder that he's hurt himself in some way, but yeah, hopefully he recovers from that soon. So yeah, that looked pretty shit. We've got a score here. Spreading the ground as wide as possible, it's going well. Yeah, I wasn't sure how much to tinker with the settings there. What, done for the year, you reckon, Sarge? Nah, surely not. Surely it'd be 8 to 10 weeks at worst. It probably depends on the type of break, I suppose, as well, and if there was any form of dislocation. But if you're Collingwood, if they can somehow find coverage for him, they'll get him right for the second half of the year if they have to. This is just like real footy. We just can't find a way to score here. Luckily, it's just a practice game. Do you have to do anything with the training stuff on this? Like, I saw that you can change what days they train different things, but I didn't really deep dive too much into it because I wasn't too sure what I was looking at or how much influence it would have on the outcome. Goda has 7 disposals, Agreement has 4. I reckon Koch will have the most disposals here for us, if I was a betting man. I don't know. Okay, boys. Dusty, ran open goal. Bang. Very good. On the bright side, Collingwood's defence will be weak. Yeah, true. So you got to disable it like at the very, very start. That's a bit shit. Should have thought of that. Yeah, Sarge, their defence will be weakened. I think they're good enough to cover. They feel very much like a team defence unit similar to us. Oh, Sonzy, you're out in space, mate. Go for a run. Don't be shy. Go to 10 touches. Get in there, Morris. Oh, Prestia behind. How accurate was Geelong's goal kicking tonight? That was the other thing with that game, that not very often will you get 3.5 quarters through a match and a team's kicked 15-2 or 12-2, whatever it was. Like, that's a pretty out-of-the-box scoreline, and something that we obviously typically see happen against us quite a bit from teams. So when you sort of then look at the scoring shot comparison, yeah, the Pies did have a lot more scoring shots than them, even up until midway through the last quarter, before they hit the front. So that was an interesting thing to note. Obviously, Stewart went off. What injury did he have? I'm not too sure what he had. They played Hawkins underdone. I mean, we played players underdone as well, but yeah, okay. So yeah, it's an interesting game. Like, to me, it was played at breakneck speed in passages. I'll go Rioli. Yes, just runs into an easy goal. but I'm not sure there was great emphasis placed on defensive structure in that game. Doesn't mean it wasn't a good game to watch. Too clear, little too. Oh wow! Oh, that's a big call, Kano. Jack Wheel liability. Look, I think Young, like the Carlton defender, did an amazing job on Jack, and definitely won his fair share of battles. I think Jack was serviceable. Oh, we had people out in space there. What was that? Cumberland going inboard. Oh, Cumbo, what a goal. But yeah, Jack's role, it's so hard. Like, he's not going to be the number one man anymore, so he's playing second fiddle to Tom. So it's kind of, you know, we knew that was happening for a while. But I thought he was okay. I thought he was, yeah, he's still going to kick clutch goals and all that kind of stuff. But how are you, Tiggs? Look at you getting into little battles with Dane Swan on Twitter. How's that going for you? Winning? Make sure you screenshot that shit. If you want us to refer to it later on, make sure we screenshot it. John's not going to... Yeah, I don't know, Sarge. They should... Well, based on scoring shots, they weren't really close, but John will be okay. You got to remember as well, they're coming off the shorter pre-season as well, like the same kind of issues that we had during our years. So it's, yeah. Having said that, I did throw out a bit of a fishing line on Twitter saying, calling the premiership hangover already. I'm sure I'll get some bites on that. Tom Brown. Yeah, Brad Key. Yeah, true. I'm sure they'll do a patch for it. Yeah, Tiggs is in the chat, Australian campaigner. And if you're on Twitter, have a look at his feed. He's in an argument with Dane Swan, calling each other champ and all kinds of stuff. It's very good. I get, and we're talking, I don't know how, when you tuned in, Tiggs, but we were kind of mentioning exactly what you were talking about, that yes, tonight was probably aesthetically a lot better game to watch because it was a genuine shootout, but there wasn't anywhere near as much defensive pressure as what we had in our game last night. So ours was a lot more of a scrap and a shit fight, which wasn't pleasing for the eye. There wasn't a high score, obviously, but it was probably more realistic and high pressure, whereas what didn't really happen in the game tonight. Dangerous trunk tweeting. How are you feeling anyway, mate? How's the concussion recovery going? Hopefully you're feeling better. Only played one more game with the Pirates. That's fair call, Kane. Fair call. They only played one more game. Ah, Franklin, you shit track. Oh yeah, there you go, Tig. So Sarge just lost a bet with his housemate, and he has now joined you on the Collingwood membership bandwagon. Yeah, serious defensive system. As soon as one side won possession, both sides just pulled off their opponent. Yeah, there was a bucket load of space. Like I said, if you're the AFL, that's how you would probably rather the game be played. Reed's kicked about four or five goals here, I reckon. Definitely was a much better spectacle than our game was. But the question, if you're the coach, the question becomes, which does that style of football stand up in finals? Oh, Samson Ryan, come on, mate, you've got to kick those. And maybe it will. I could see either one of those teams causing damage to us if we let them get their attacking game like that up and going. But it'll be interesting to see how both cope when defensive screws are tightened on them. Oh, Cumberland missed as well. Sergeant Magpie. Josh Goat at halftime, 16 disposals, 10 marks, 3 tackles. He's having a good game. 4-4, we're just wasting opportunities here. Now, I checked before and I've still forgotten, but I think Nick Dacos is the one I've got in my fantasy side, so in some aspects I hope we don't deal with him and I can rack in some points. But seriously though, both those Dacos boys, another goal, Jesus. Both those Dacos boys are very, very good players, and the fact that Collingwood got them for next to nothing is frustrating. I know we could easily have that luck as well at some stage with father-sons, but they are both quality players. And even like Pendlebury again tonight, I think showed class in tight parts of the game. Just did the right things in the right moments, as you know, those good experienced players do. I thought he was very good. And might not be popular opinion because of mental scars from 2018, but I love Mason Cox's strut when he kicks the goal and gets in their face. I reckon it's brilliant. Main takeaway, and Voss admitted this during the presser, is that we took away the Carlton game style and forced them to play another way. Once we improve our midfield to forward connection, we'll be better than okay. I agree, Tiggs. And Jacob Wiedering said it's the same thing after the game in the rooms as well, that he and a few other players felt that they were probably a bit lucky to come away with 2 points based on the stat line. We hadn't had their measure in a lot of spots, so... And it's going to be a big... Oh, Graham kicks a goal. Jack Graham. It'll be a discussion point Monday night, but we're going to do some comparisons from last year's round 1 to this year's round 1. Massive, massive difference. Massive. Last year's round 1, the Blues played the game on their terms for most of the night, and we were nowhere near it. But, yeah, like you said, that we played the game how we wanted to play it for most of the night, and it showed we just couldn't convert. We just didn't have that connection. So hopefully it's an easy fix. Tiger Tim debut. Taranto was very good. People criticising his disposal efficiency are nuffies. A contested player should never have their disposal efficiency looked at when you look at what a effective disposal is counted as, just based on what you actually see from the player. Hopper was a bit poor. Hopper was okay. He definitely didn't set the world on fire like Taranto did, but I thought he eased into it and did some good things. But he'll get better. He'll get better as they go on. Yeah, the stoppages and clearances was a huge help for us last night. It was very good. Dan Rioli, what a game he played. String through the middle. It was quality. Both Dacos are special players. He would tag Nick and block his space. Yeah, both of them are unbelievable. And then they've got like Taylor Adams as well, who's quality through the midfield. If to go, he can actually string together consistent performances. He'll be a dangerous weapon too. They've got weapons. They've got quite a bit of talent going through there. Even side bottom notoriously gives us trouble. About the Crows, I mean, granted we haven't seen Adelaide play yet this round, but I was talking to CB today, if either team from our game played the way they did last night against most other teams, they would win more than they would lose, I think, based on that style. So, but yeah, it was interesting to see what the Crows put up though, this week anyway. Tiggs, how's he doing? He's doing a lot better during the night. Siege is still happening during the night. Shit, that's still happening, mate. Don't feel like he has after. Well, I haven't slept a full night for 5 weeks now. That's crazy. I mean this nicely, but is your age a factor in how this concussion recovery is going? Like, and I say that from a comparison to, you look at sporting players getting concussed and coming back, in fucking 10 to 12 days. Like, it's crazy. And then when you hear your story, it's like, holy shit, why is there such a big difference in how your recovery is going versus theirs? But yeah, I hope you get that all cleared up soon, mate. Cumberland played over Mansell. The interesting comparison Dimmer made when talking about Cumberland is that he's essentially fighting for Dusty's spot, which is not a good person's spot to be fighting for. The Doctor plays the part. Also, I've not had one before. Oh, the age, but the impact. Right. So a bit of how long this effects are lasting for is to do with the point of contact and I suppose the force of the contact. Oh, who kicked that? Green mist. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to hear sort of what you're talking about, but yeah, I just really hope that it clears up for you, because that's a long time. Because you're still off work, aren't you? I'm pretty sure I saw you post that you were given another 4 weeks off or something. Is it work cover? Are they still looking after everything on that front, given... Oh, how do we not score from that? I think I'd like to get Cumberland in earlier, but yeah, it could be with when we rest Jack or Koch. Oh, we got shit on in that one, 74-36 in the practice game. The only thing I would say on that is Cumberland in there, as well as the guys who were in there. Like, let's say we put Cumberland in for Mansell, for example. I feel like we would have been too slow, and that's the problem. That's probably one of the reasons why he can't get in, because it slows down the frontal pressure. Okay, now we should work cover. That's good. So yeah, it's fuck off. Bolts injured out for 2 months. Fractured fibula. 2 months. Jesus. The doctor is convinced I'm for recovery. Just need to see a neurologist for a scan, and based on that, he will know what treatment to do. Okay. I'll hopefully get all that booked in, and they get all that sorted for you. Oh, Young thinks Cochrane, Rewalt, Broad, Miller, Sonsi are fantastic form, and I should consider selecting them. Okay. Oh, there's a few people in bad form, though. This is Australian football coach. So it's just a coaching simulator, kind of like your football manager game. Have a look at play positions. Is this where we're talking, Grok? Half forward, full forward. Half forward? Not sure I necessarily agree with that. How do I edit it? Back, half back. You updated things like clock so you can play. Okay. Oh, there? And then editor? Oh, yeah, secondary position. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go through a few. Duranto, centre half forward, that's fine. Tom Lynch, half. Okay, so that's what counts as centre half forward. Dion Prestia, half forward. Jacob Hopper, yep. And Curvis. Oh, I know. Did you put a secondary one onto everyone? You plays full forward. Jack Graham, half forward, centre. Oh, you didn't do it for everyone? Jaden Short, half back, that's okay. Rewell, yep. Floston, yep. McIntosh, yep. Pickett, sure. Castagno, I'm not going to play. Back, half back, centre, yeah. Back, half back. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know why. Oh, I'll do that. Something different. I know that's not necessarily accurate. Back, half back. Yeah, that was a bit of a glaring deficiency there, man. So, well, like Samson Ryan, definitely have a secondary as full forward for old Samson. Yeah, so it's just a manager game, Tiggs. Cumberland, primary position centre. Right. Well, change that. Not knocking him. I wonder where they got it from, all that info. It's big and new, and I would say... Oh, maybe even the other way. Maybe even it's back and then half back. Oh, losing against the Bombers, not good. Gibcus. Go the swing man. Oh, half back and half forward. Ruck. Wardle, 18 disposals, 10 marks. Sonzi. Half forward. Can I remove their injuries? I'm not sure that's probably not. Alright, so that's taken care of. Play selection. Is this round 1? How do I tell if this is like the proper season or not? This is round 1. How do I know that? Oh, because I'm 0-1. Selection. Auto select. Broad Grime. So what is that? Is that based off all their form and stuff, I suppose? Round 2 now. Fuck, so I lost round 1 by a lot. Well, I don't think I'm going to have Rioli on the bench. Do you then make changes? Or am I being pedantic? Castagna, see, I don't want Castagna in there because he doesn't play. Who else have we got? Has that not got... Oh, wait, I didn't... I want Dow. Who's a gun? Grok. Do you think the draw will affect our ladder position? I think the draw is going to help us come the end of the year. It just kind of means that our percentage is taken out of play, which makes it interesting. Alright, we'll go with that team. Yeah, like you'd be pretty shattered if we ended up missing the finals by like half a game, obviously. But big Ivan Soto playing his 50th game. Well done, Ivan. Yeah, you would think so. I reckon as the season goes on, the draw is going to play in our favour, just in terms of jumping a couple of spots. Like, I don't know, it's so hard to tell. All it means though at the moment is the percentage isn't really in play for us currently, unless we're duking out a spot with Carlton. What do you think of extra time? I'm okay with how it is currently. I'm okay with the draw being a result for home and away, but not in finals. Because it doesn't happen all that often. Like I know we've had a few of them, but it's so rare. Like I know there was talk about having like the extra time and then golden goal, and where you pick 4 people to have a shot for goal and the other team pick 1 or something, all kinds of bullshit like that. But end of the day, Jordan Lewis sort of said it best after the game last night, that if you're not good enough to ice the game, if you were the ones in the lead and whatnot, then you don't deserve to get the full 4 points. So I'm okay with how it currently is. Min's tactics are good for this. Alright, I'll have to have a look at that. You post in the Discord, I'm pretty sure. What, who do Carlton have next week, Sarge? They'll be okay this year. The Blues will be alright. Few good, okay games on tomorrow. Is it St Kilda and West Coast? Who's the one that's at Marvel? That's going to be an absolute... Oh, you've got that. And Curvis takes a shot at goal. The game at Marvel in 35-degree heat is going to be absolutely dreadful. If you're a supporter there and or a player, it's going to be horrific. Carlton have Geelong. Okay. Yeah, I think Geelong will beat Carlton next week based on the two performances we've seen so far. But if the Blues bring out that really good defensive effort style like they did against us, they could trouble them. Done by the AFL. What, to have the game at Marvel? You've got to have it somewhere, I suppose, but... Come on, turn it over. Yeah, see, this is the thing as well. So the game... Oh, who kicked that? The game is kind of predetermined to be roof closed from a long way out. No, they won't because... Well, I don't know why, but it's... Like, the balls that we supplied for the game... Oh, Taranto? What? Come on, mate. You could have run to the goal line there. You didn't have to kick it from that far back. Jesus. Yeah, we were told it was a yellow ball from a few weeks ago. So, I don't know what the factors are that decide... Oh, Taranto makes up for it. That decides whether it's open or closed. But I dare say that most of the Marvel games that are day games are going to be roof closed going forward. I sort of don't see too many more being open. What? Keep those tactics nearby because I might change them in the master thing next game. If they're the ones that work, oh, Clutches missed. Yeah, spewing about the spin the wheel multi, that's now out. Because the wheel picked... Oh, Nankervis takes the intercept mark, kicks the goal. Yeah, the spin the wheel multi is out because the wheel picked Geelong. Oh, can I? Where do I do that? I'll start it. Oh, wait. No, maybe I'll do it now. Click on Rich. Yep. Oh, yeah. Then team tactics. Right. No worries, Tiggs. You too, mate. Have a good sleep. Hopefully you get, a solid night's sleep tonight and you feel okay. No seizures during the night. Wishing you all the best, mate. Will you be on Monday night? %100% on? Very good. I love your work, Tiggs. Have a good sleep. Hopefully you're feeling well tomorrow and have a good weekend. Enjoy your Twitter war. Where did you write those stats? Oh, positional. Yes. Zone. Yep. 3-3. Positional. Yes. Faster. Narrow. Narrow, one winger behind. Prefer kicks. No specific. Kick long. No special instruction. Alright. And that just saves. Also, fuck Tom Stewart. Not a fan, Kano. No, so I've seen a few people say he's gotten a little bit of payback from the Prestia thing. 20 points up. Grok, you haven't lost yet with those settings. Damn. Yeah, I think that Tom Stewart thing is going to be long-lasting for Richmond people. Maybe AFL people alike, who knows? Oh, Wright kicked a goal. Apparently Wright did his shoulder today or something. Anyone else hear that? 6 in a row now, 7. Min's on a goal-kicking spree. Oh, we've got to capitalise there. Yeah, did he do it at training or something? On the day, I think he announced an extension or something like that, and then did his shoulder. Oh, Stringer's kicked a goal. 8 in a row for North. I've conceded about 3 in a row. Couple of days after a 4-year extension. And if you're Essendon, that is one of the worst players that could have happened to, because they're not flush for key forwards. Oh my God, I'm getting slapped now. And he was very good last year. Extremely accurate. I think I talked about on the show the other night. Very, very accurate kick for goal. Good mark, good forward target. Defenders struggled with him because of his height, that you pretty much were going to give away a free kick if he was on the lead. So that's a massive out for them. Oh, really? What was that? 9 Wardlaw. And the streaks. See, it's going to be interesting to see how they cover him. And I don't think Hawthorn are going to beat them, but losing someone like that structurally might open the door for Hawthorn. Oh, who kicked that? Nank! Well done. Nankervis might have actually kicked all 4 goals here. 50 to 81 at half time. Oh, who kicked that? Lynch. Lunchtime. That was just from a centre clearance. We're back in front. 9 minutes to go in the second. Oh, Dusty feeds it out wide to Rioli. Oh God, it's pinging around. Yeah, just good to have Footy back. Someone was obviously from Big Footy in the bay I was in last night. Why is that? Was something posted that rang true with where you were sitting? Every time Lynch kicked a goal, he kept yelling lunchtime. It wasn't CB, was it? He wasn't sitting here, was he? Lunchtime ladies. Mate, he might have been a podcast fan. He might be Tigercast faithful. How good, I was tagged in this on Twitter, but how good was the interaction or the interview with Richo and Rewald after the game? Not so much the main part of it in the interview, but the bit of banter at the end about Richo reminding him about the draws record and then talking about who's got the most points in goal record as well. Good bit of banter. I think Richo won that round. Oh no, Essendon got players out here. Laverde. Oh gosh. My phone's on charge, but I'll find it and retweet it. It was very funny. I think it's actually on the club's Twitter. So if you go to their page, you'll see it. 5 points down. Hey, the Hound, how are you, mate? Welcome. How are your mob going to go tomorrow in the blistering sun? Oh, who's that, Taranto? Yes, gets a goal. 50 points up. Jesus, you're killing it, man. How are you 50 points up with North? What did you make of the game tonight, Hound? Oh, Lynch. It's lunchtime, ladies. Essendon, the team you struggled against. Beat Geelong by 40. Damn. North will lose. We have no spot. Literally, or just in a playing sense? CCJ playing. He'll be up forward, won't he? I got North to... You might go alright tomorrow. What's going to be... I was saying before, but what's going to be fascinating with your game is how fucking hot it's going to be under the roof. 35 degrees. Oh, Nankirby, I swear to God, he's kicked about 6. It's going to be dreadful conditions at Marvel for you guys in West Coast. Oh, Nankervis again. Stop it, Nank. Stop it. I might have to. Oh, no. Player stats. Yeah, Nank's kicked 5. What a beast. What kind of crowd do you reckon we'll get to your game tomorrow? We had 2... Oh, Hopper with a goal. Got up to 280,000 crowds to start with. 15k. I mean, it's interstate club, so it's hard to get big numbers. Goldstein, 29 touches. Jesus. Your guys are racking up the disposals there, Min. All the stoppages here in the forward line. It's not a bad game. I've never really played... Thanks! Oh my God, scare me. Grok, well done. I've never really played these managerial type games before, even like the Soccer Football Manager, never really played it. But it's not too bad. Like it seems like there's a lot of in-depth stuff that I definitely don't have my head around. But once learning it, I think adds another layer to it. So CCJ's injured, McKay. You have no tools down back. Who's your full forward then? If CCJ's up, Bolton, bang. We're kicking away now. So who is going to be your key forward targets and who's your key backs then if they're all out? Harry Broderick. What about him, Kano? Did he play in the VFL on the weekend? Yeah, that's definitely son of Paul. Larky and... I can't afford. Larky's not bad. He played alright against us in that practice game. He goes okay. Oh, Graham, you spud. What was the game that was being played before our game? Was it just like an intra-club hit-out or something? Because there was definitely something on being played. Because a few people were sort of reporting that Sonzi and Juddy Clark were playing very well. Angus Hicks has played for us. Yes, Angus, yep, he has. Benazir and Goda, yeah, okay. But have they only got Oscar Allen in as their main forward? Because that, like, if Darling's not playing and no Kennedy, if it's, I say just Oscar Allen, but and there's no Nat Nui, could that offset your lack of tools down back? The fact if they're struggling for size up forward. Oh, Lynch. Oh. You tip the Roos, Kane. Oh, I think on the surface it's a fairly 50-50 game, isn't it, really? It's, yeah, I wouldn't say that was clear-cut one way or the other. Same as GWS and Adelaide. I think that's a very 50-50 game too. It's all about Sheasel though. That's who we want to look out for the Kangas. He is a jet. I don't know if I've got him in my fantasy. If I don't, I should put him in, shouldn't I? Kid's a freak. Yeah, I think he just seems like the kind of player who's not going to not get touches, if that makes sense. Like he may not get, 25, 30, but it feels like the ones he does get are going to be positive, which I don't fully know what the scoring mechanisms are for AFL Fantasy, but if effective disposals are worth more, then that could be handy. Yeah, like Rochelle, yeah. What did everyone think of Bobby Hill's game tonight? His first up game for the Pies. I thought he had some pretty good impact late in the game. Some good passing, some good goal sense. I thought he was a very good addition for the Pies, just to really give Jamie Elliott a bit of a chop out. Oh, Lynch, goal. Yeah, he was good. Like, Elliott is obviously getting on the older side. Still a very good player, but he was kind of almost a bit one out in terms of the small forward presence and threat. So to have Hill there, that's a whole new dimension. That's very good. And I thought, and I said it on the show the other day about my check. I thought he was again dangerous. Bobbed up and kicked his goals. The Daycox connection, I know they're elite, and they got him for free. That's the worst part. They paid nothing. Flea taking a Richmond influence to the pie, 70 handballs in the forward line instead of kicking the goal. It's hard not to think of, but there's definitely a lot of Richmond similarities in the way they play to how we play, with the ball movement and things like that. We probably had a bit more pressure, but the way they move it, is very familiar. 4 or 5 goals left on the table. Yes, Sarge is now a Collingwood member. That's very funny. But I thought the Pies' defence adjusted really well after Howe went off. They could have quite easily fallen to pieces there, but they recovered pretty well and restructured very good. They are good from chasing leads down. Oh, I didn't get a goal there. That's a good call. We need Leisha to tell us what it feels like to be dating a Pies member, because she's a Richmond supporter. So that's an interesting combination. Oh, Jack. Oh, Rewalt, come on. Chris Scott's complaining about the surface. To be fair, I'm not saying... I would never ever say that's the reason why a team lost, but the photos that Tom Brown posted before our game, it didn't look great, if I'm being honest. It didn't look like it had knitted back together properly after the Ed Sheeran concert. I was actually really surprised that we had a concert there so soon out from the round 1 games. So yeah, I don't think it was at its best for sure, like by any stretch. But sure, you can't come out and say that's why fucking someone lost. Oh, I did offer some of these players contracts. Exactly right, Grok. It doesn't... I don't know what arrangements are in place for the concerts and things like that, but yeah, so close to the season just seems a bit crazy. You can set the contracts for your assistant coach to do. Oh, okay. How do I do that? Our list manager re-signs players.
Dicks!
Oh. Yeah, I like dicks. Well played. Alright, that's good. I did go through a heap, and I manually offered contracts to certain players and didn't to others. I can also have the assistant coach. Yeah, I might do that. Hound with that clip. I did that. Oh, really? It was interesting because it comes up saying, oh, we think that's far too high of an offer. You should offer less. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll offer less. Or I might give him more years and just see how that plays out. But yeah, I was just slashing everyone's contracts by about 25,000 and just see what happens. Didn't offer Georgie one. I think I tried to re-sign Daniel Rioli, and it said he wasn't interested. He wanted to play for a team that was more of a chance of winning. I'm like, okay, no worries. Yeah, WWE 2K Hound's got some good rave reviews on that. It says it's elite, as he just put there. I'm so torn. Like, I would love to get another wrestling game. I just don't know how often I will get a chance to play it. Is one of my concerns. Because another game that's coming out soon too that looks good is the PGA Golf Tour. Looks very good as well. Don't get it on the PC yet. Why is that? Is it a bit buggy on PC or something? Oh, okay. Player form update. Here we go. Boston, Koch and Grimes are in good form. Not playing terribly. Should consider dropping them. Handed McIntosh short pickets. Oh, wow. Fraser's just unloading. Jesus. Alright, selection. Auto selects. Well, let's put Biggie Newen in. Ross Smith the sub. We'll go with what auto selection thinks. We'll see what it does. Yeah, poor form, kick 5. Fucking go figure. AFL 23, that's where it's at. But I'm tipping most of you didn't see this happen today. Min did, so thank you, Min. But I did a bit of a cheeky little test stream from my phone while playing this game in the afternoon at work. To see how it went. So I've clicked continue. The first issue I had was I forgot or didn't realize I had to unlock the automatic rotation of the phone camera thing or whatever, so it gets out of portrait mode. But now I've got that done. It worked fine. So I've purchased a tripod stand from JB, as well as a new streaming camera. So I have a new one hopefully tomorrow. Not sure if I have it set up, but I've bought one. So the plan is to get the tripod. I'm assuming there's going to be a table or a desk of some kind in front of the dev kits where we're playing, to set it up there. And so the phone will be facing the screen. I'll be able to read the chat on the phone, and I'll be able to play. Oh, Dustin Martin kicks a goal. So the other news about the stream on Wednesday night is when Ross mentioned that we'd be playing on dev kits, it kind of then popped into my mind, well, maybe there won't be as many opportunities to play or whatever as I maybe first thought. My initial thought was that all these machines are going to be loaded with the game, but because you can't actually play the final version of the game because it's not released, so like the PlayStation, Xbox and PC haven't got it there to play. So you're playing on dev kits. So it sounds like there'll be a few dev kits there, but Ross did say initially he can't guarantee or promise how much time I'll be able to get on a machine. He goes, you might be able to do just gameplay only, so it might not necessarily be able to go through everything from top to bottom while on the machine, because people will be waiting to get on and things like that. But he also said that, well, hopefully, as the night goes on, if the crowd thins out a bit, that might then give me more chance to jump back on and do a deeper dive into certain things. So if you're tuning in and I don't get, or I'm not able to show a whole heap of shit straight away, that's why, because there's like going to be heaps of people wanting to play it. So I'll just focus on the gameplay side of things the first stint, and if I can try and do a second stint, I will do so. One request, just show me the management mode and what the off-season looks like. I'll do my best, Min. It's kind of changed things a little bit what I thought I'd be able to film versus what realistically I might only have time to film, if that makes sense. So the priority for the first sitting when it's busier will just be gameplay, because I think that's the most important bit for everyone to see. But prior to that, I'm assuming there's going to be a presentation and announcement of things that are in there. So I'll be able to update everyone about, I'm sure they'll tell us what modes there are and things like that, because that's what the whole night's about. So while waiting to play, I can either post on TikTok or I can go live and just have a fucking Q&A while I'm waiting. Would anyone be interested in that? If it permits, if I just hit live on the Twitch while waiting, and I can just answer questions and just show around and do whatever. It might be boring, like there might not be much to do or say, but at least the stream will be on ready to go for when it's my turn to play, and I can just quickly drop the tripod down and away we go. Like I suppose I'm trying to get it, I want to maximize the time that it's filming. I don't want to have to be fucking around setting it up. I want it just to go bang, play, off we go. So I might flip the stream on once I know a bit about what's coming out, so I can at least talk about that and you guys can ask questions I can try and answer. Will Ross be available to interview? I don't know if Ross specifically will be available, but he did say he's got no issues with me talking to the Big Ant team who's there. Obviously he's part of that team, so if I can get him I will. But other than that, I will definitely try and get a hold of some of the devs to talk about whatever, just their thoughts on the game and how it's all come together and what they're most excited about and things like that. Yeah, I'll try and get the devs. I'm hoping that they're kind of got a badge on and they kind of stand out so I know who I'm going to, if that makes sense. And the other part, I'll try and get, there's apparently going to be obviously players there playing as well, which I think I've been kind of made aware of that it's okay for me to film that. So it'd be kind of cool to chat to a couple of players as well and just get their thoughts on the game, because they're there to promote the game and do all that kind of stuff too. So that one might take me a bit more courage to do. I don't want to piss them off because they're there to have a good night themselves too, but I think there's probably a little bit of understanding that there's going to be people there wanting to get their thoughts and views on stuff too. Robinson, oh fuck yeah. Yeah, definitely. As much as we bitch and moan about him with the stuff he does on the field, he actually mightn't be a bad one to talk to if he's there. Alright, so the general consensus is... Oh, do you know... Okay, Zerhan should be there. That's interesting. That's good. Like, I would love to... I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'd love to even be able to have a quick chat with whoever the cover players are, or players, whichever it is, and just to see how they feel about being on the cover. But look, at the end of the day, I don't know. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, so we can do that. Questions to ask the devs. I'll set up a thing. That's a good call. But yeah, end of the day, I probably just want to try and manage expectations a little bit, because the playing on the dev kit's a bit of a game changer. So like I said, the first stint I get on there's a high likelihood that I'll just be streaming the gameplay from the start and not necessarily deep diving into menus and modes and things like that. But then, yeah, if the crowd thins out and I get a second crack at it, hopefully I can then spend a bit more time to go through stuff. Because I'd love to be able to go through every team's list and get, footage of that and all the ratings, obviously the game modes. But yeah, I just don't know what time will permit me to do. So I'll do my best to get as much as I can, but I think the key focus for the start will definitely be gameplay. But yeah, so if you guys are comfortable or think that, if you're happy for me to hit the stream on earlier on in the night before I'm even playing, just to be able to chat and answer questions, happy to do that. But yeah, just be mindful that it might be on the slower side of the excitement levels. You just be looking at my ugly mug, and if I can show other stuff I can. Hopefully I can even get close enough to other people that are playing that I can film their screen too. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll flick it on and we'll see what happens. It's next Wednesday, Kano. how many people are going to be expected? I don't know a definitive answer to that, Min, but the wording has always been it's a very tight and exclusive launch party. So I've been told that there's going to be some media people, players, and a select few like other invites, like for content creators and people like myself and things like that. So I don't know. Like the place that it's at's huge. So I'm hoping it's not packed out to its actual capacity, because one of the main rooms holds a couple hundred. So I'm hoping it's not that many. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, just don't shit-can me too much if I can't get exactly what everyone wants. I'll do my best to show what I can. But gameplay, absolutely. And I think it came up okay on the phone. Min, did you? I don't know if you saw the second time I worked it out, but it looked okay. Braden Bruce. I know, Grok, that's champion data for you. All these stats, I think they've posted publicly that all the stats for the players is based on champion data ratings. And you know how a lot of us feel about champion data ratings. But yeah, to have Braden Bruce in the top 5 contested marking stats when he hardly really plays or hardly plays well was very amusing. Yes, Wednesday night. So, sorry, I should have elaborated, Kane. Apologies. The function is from 6 till 9 p.m. Melbourne time. What I don't know is the rundown of the night. So I would assume, and it might be wrong, but I would assume that the first 45 minutes to an hour may be presentation stuff and them talking about the game and showing things off, revealing the cover, athletes and things like that. So I don't anticipate... Was it goalless, was it? I didn't even check that. I don't anticipate playing in the first hour. Just a vibe, just a guess. But hopefully we get at least 2 hours worth of attempts to be able to get on the dev kits to play, is my hope. But yeah, I don't know the late of the night, so I'm not too sure how that will go. The game doesn't even have good go. Oh, it does, Hound. It definitely does. And I'm not just saying it to be nice, but like the TikTok I put up, if people want to, if you're going to compare it, they've got to compare it to the last AFL game, and it shits on those graphics. Just from what we've seen so far, it's fine. I know you play the league. The biggest issue is that people keep comparing it to FIFA and NBA. It's ridiculous. I'll take that comment. My actual only other concern about streaming this is, despite how obvious and logical it is, I've got a bad feeling that there's going to be someone or a handful of people that will come in and shit-can the graphics about it being grainy and not crisp, ignoring the fact that it's being filmed from a phone onto a screen, because that dilutes the quality straight away. It's not like what you're watching now where it's streaming. Wrong one. Oh, Jesus. You timed him out for 600 seconds. 38 messages were deleted by a moderator. Get out. How can we override this? What did you do? Oh, there we go. Well done. You can remove. My goodness, he's just gone bang. Nah, the Hound's back. The Hound's back. We love him. Yeah, so I just hope there's no nuffies that come in and start complaining about graphics, even though it's filmed, through a phone onto a screen. I think that needs to be a consideration. But yes, good call, Grok, about a question thing. Mod abuse. I'll put something in the Discord in the next day or two, maybe even tonight after this, where if you guys have questions you want me to try and ask a developer, if I can get a hold of one, to put them in there, that would be handy. Because you guys will obviously have a wider range of questions than what I might. So, like I said, it could just be a little bit of roaming Michaels while I'm not playing. Because I feel I've essentially been given free rein to do all of this stuff, which would be good. I think it'd be good. I think people will enjoy hearing from different people like that. Yeah, Cumberland's got a nice goal there. But yeah, should be good. I'll keep plugging it on the socials. I'll have to try and organise a few pre-prepared tweets or whatever to put out too. So the good thing is though, like the message I put on Big Footy and the TikTok I did, like, and it sounded bad, but I didn't mean it to come across this way, that because I don't know how hectic it's going to be, I didn't know, or I still don't know, if I'll have time to send an alert out that yes, I'm about to start streaming. And if I do that, it might be 5 or 10 minutes before someone sees it. So I just suggested that if people want to watch the live stream, just to drop the follow on the Twitch account now, because then you'll get the alert when I go live and you won't miss any of it. And I know that might sound like, oh, you're just trying to grab follows and stuff like that, but it's just how it is. Like, I won't have time to send a message out, but I'll do my best. And I'm giving, that's, well, possibly, and quite possibly, and I'll give fair warning, because I will have to turn off all the chat point things as well, because I don't want it to, not for you, I know you guys wouldn't fuck around, but you know, other people first time in chat coming in might abuse it a bit. I want the game to get the best exposure it can, and especially dicks, yeah, get your dicks in now. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Especially because if what I'm recording may end up being seen by Big Ant or the AFL at various points, I don't want to have other stuff coming through that might put them off for wanting to do something like that again in the future. So I thought I'll play it safe, and because the VOD's safe, so I can upload it to YouTube as well, because the day after I'm thinking of doing a Q&A and just having the VOD playing in the background for anyone else who missed it, and just going through stuff again, just to recapture it all. But I'll I'll have to switch all that off, because I don't want to. I want it to be as clean and professional as possible, just to do the right thing. It's the least I can do after getting an invite. So yeah, get your decks in now. Who was chanting Kanga? Oh, the beans. I will purchase the ones from Big W, $3.50. I jumped on Amazon. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but on Amazon it was saying it was going to be like $35 to get a small packet to me. Couldn't understand why. But I'll get them, and I found those other sour ones you were telling me about too. So I saw them on Catch, which I think you said where it was. So I will get onto that as well. Gee, we're falling behind here. 31 to 52. Jesus. Get your dicks in where? Get your dicks in now. Anywhere you want. So yes, I'll get those hounds. I saw, and I think you told me about it too, but there was a bean pack that has the little spinner thing as well. I didn't get that one. I'll get just the normal ones. Make a sub. What do you mean, Grok? Oh, as in play a sub? Doesn't it do that by itself? Who's my sub? Earl Smith. How do I get him on? Who would we put him on for? Wait, will that work? No worries, Hound. Thanks for dropping by, mate. Oh, there we go, that works. No, it didn't. Have a good night, the Hound. Thank you for dropping by. Good luck tomorrow, mate. Good luck to the Roos. Oh, yeah, I did it. There we go. That seemed harder than what it should have been. Yeah, it's like it just wasn't grabbing properly those first few times. Oh, we got done. 8 seconds left, sub done. Super sub. Let's look at the stats. Yeah, I might call it a night as well, actually. I forgot it was 12:30. Got swimming lessons tomorrow, 2 parties, and then out for dinner. Big day. Georgie boy, 27 disposals, 2 tackles. Stop it. Look at the goals. Jack Ariwell, Noah Cumberland, Dustin Martin. Ah, Georgie boy got a goal too. 11 marks. Yes, very busy tomorrow. The heat's going to be a killer though. 35 to 37 degrees here. Absolute shit. Now, this might seem like a dumb question, Doctor. How do I exit the game? I realise how stupid that sounds, but I couldn't find a proper exit button before. Oh, yep. Oh, dear. See, if I just clicked on a couple of extra buttons, I would have found it. Alright guys, thank you so much for jumping on, for talking footy, and for, I suppose, confirming that you're happy for the stream to start earlier on Wednesday, and I'll just answer questions and talk shit with everyone until I can film the gameplay. So I will do that. I don't know. Tomorrow night we'll see what's happening. Worst case Sunday, but new webcam coming. So I've bought a new Logitech stream cam. So hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure if the clarity is bad on this camera, but hopefully it's better on the new one. But yeah, other than that, take care and have a good night. Have a good weekend. Hopefully your footy teams win if they get to play on the weekend. And yeah, like always, if you see any of the stuff posted on the socials, give it a like and a share, help with the algorithms and all that kind of jazz. But other than that, see you all later on. Take care.